welcome. Here we are. I'm going to turn that off. Welcome. It's the 2D stream here. We're playing Leicas live at Seneca College. Let's show the audience here. Let's show the audience, should we? And we'll show everybody in here. There they are. Give it up. They're all the way up into the cheap seats, folks. So the way it goes tonight is we're going to show you 4 cartoons. And then you guys, the audience at home, you guys, the studio audience, and our panelists. Let's cut to our panelists, and we'll introduce those guys. We have 3 panelists of the past here. So we have Michaela and Lucas and Austin. Give it up for our 2D alumni. Are you guys ready to watch some cartoons? Yeah! All right, but I'm ready too. So we got some thanks off the bat. So we're going to thank the wonderful, we got Kurt Muller, our dean. We got Tina, our associate chair for how long? We want to thank our president, David Agnew. We want to thank our coordinator here, Sean Craig. And we want to thank all the wonderful 2D faculty. Not even just the 2D side, but the 3D and the Viz Dev and everybody. We got a crazy faculty here at Seneca. If you're going to college, you know what we're talking about. And if you're not, well, then come over and we're going to have fun in the next couple of years. But the name of the game today is we're watching these cartoons, and it's not we're going to sit back and we're going to relax and we're going to have fun. No, we're all going to work and we're going to make these cartoons better. So the idea today is we're going to watch the cartoons, and then right after watching them, we're going to analyze them. We're going to pick them apart. We're going to shoot them full of holes, and we're going to try to make them better. So we're going to cut to our panelists. And our panelists, are you guys ready to watch these cartoons? Have you seen them before? You know what you're talking about?
Seen a little bit.
Okay. We're going to pull the director of the first one. So Jenny, come on down. So tell us a little bit about this cartoon, how it came to be and what it's about, but don't give everything away, okay?
Oh, okay. So it was a summer passion project I had. I did not expect to come such a long way, but everyone did so well. But it's essentially the story that takes place in this monochromatic futuristic city about a graffiti girl named Emma Starr who's trying to find this perfect canvas to paint her vision before she gets captured and eliminated by the ruler of the city, a gigantic digital screen. And it's essentially this story that's about spreading colors and follow your passion as an artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give it a watch. All right, we're going to give it a watch, and then we'll be right back. You're watching the Seneca 2D stream right here at Seneca College. All right, so we saw it, but did we understand it? Did it make sense? Did we like it? Did we love it? Panel, what do you guys think? Let's throw it to them first off. So go to the panel, chime in.
I think you guys really nailed being so clear with your boards. Like, you had no dialogue, but I feel like I could tell what was going on and like what the characters were thinking just based on your expressions. It was so clear, so fun. I love it.
Yeah. For me, like, at no point did I get lost seeing what was happening. I wasn't like, oh wait, how did we get here? That cut seemed weird. Nothing like that at all. And the Sakugaku explosion in the second, like at the end part, incredible, blew my mind.
Yeah, that was sick. As like an ending for like crescendo, like I know that I like seeing fun and I like seeing something that's not taking itself too seriously and it knows that's what it is. And I think everything goes in line with that.
Yeah.
Like start to finish.
Yeah.
Do we have any criticism for it? Are we doing criticism too?
Yeah.
Do we have any criticism for it?
No, this is not about being nice. This is about being story first. Story first only.
Yeah.
So yeah, tear
So-
apart things you don't understand, things need to be done, things we need to reboard it. This doesn't make sense. Cut this shorter. You know.
So the only thing that, because I was trying to, I was like, what is there anything that I feel like could be improved here? The one thing I feel like when I look back thinking about what I just watched is that during the sequence we're seeing how she is trying to get her art up on this wall and she keeps being stopped at every turn. I almost felt like I was missing a beat or two in there. Like maybe there could be a little, like one more big crescendo of like trying to get it on the wall. And then there was the next sequence where like it kind of became these cut panels of her attempts before we kind of broke into the moment where it kind of ended. But I almost felt like I missed a beat or two. And I think if you, because you don't want to go too long with this thing, because it already feels like it's like a perfect length. I feel like you could potentially save time in the beginning by just maybe tightening up the opening a little bit and pulling back on some of the slowness to give yourself time to add a beat or two there.
I agree. I think everything was pretty straight ahead and clear, but when it did come to the funny bits where she's trying to do her thing and getting stopped, I agree. I think it was cut a little bit short. And the gags were good. I like the gags. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking maybe take a little bit away from the end, but now that I'm thinking about it, the beginning could have been cut a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think it needed as much maybe setup as we were given.
Because it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah, it is. And I think one thing too, this is more so like a thing I think to keep in mind when you get into animation. But I feel like your expressions and like are all so clear and so fun and so distinct. And I feel like sometimes what can happen when you switch to rigs, yeah, that's me, hi. Sometimes when you switch to rigs, I think it sometimes can kill a little bit of the just like the dynamic of like the fun expressions and stuff. So I'd say when you get into animation, really try to stick to like the great expressions you've got on the boards because they just look so good. They're so clear.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep them from becoming muddied with rigs. Just like break the rigs. I know Barney would say don't break them too much, but like just break them. Make it look good.
Because we saw during sequence week, we saw their sequence, and they knew to draw their own stuff, and they knew to break it. And I think you're right. I think if they are going to go forward, is to keep in mind, don't rely on the rig too much, and especially with the faces. Yeah. Draw that from scratch if you really want to get those like anime faces, joke faces.
Yeah, because they look so great in the boards. Like I want to see that in the final animation too.
I was also seeing some cool choices in the movement of some of the board. Like there was a shot where she slides in the frame, but it was just like using the animate tool, and I'm like, don't lose that when it comes to the scene, because sometimes something more simple in the final product is going to be funnier than if you animate or walking. Like keep in mind those stylistic choices you made, and bring them into the final piece, because like stuff like that's so funny to me. I love that.
You mean when it's like limited animation? And she's just like sliding
sliding
like a
in.
stick
Yeah. I love that.
It fits so well with this. Like the style is so strong, so I feel like
the style is going to be the main thing.
Yeah,
and I think in terms of the board, I think what you said, Austin, would really help. But I also think like this could use like a fine-tooth comb again, with taking a couple seconds here and putting them there. But I think it's definitely on its way. I would give it like one more look. If the team gives us the Discords, you're already in the Discord.
not that one.
Okay. I want to know the Discord. If we get in the Discords, I want to look at that again and get the file. And look at that.
Okay, we're going to send it to the crowd now. Thank you, panelists. Give it up for those guys. Now we're going to throw it to you, the audience. I want a couple audience questions, and I want people that didn't understand things. Hey, that sucked. Let's make this better. Let's have some honest feedback in there. So let's throw it to the crowd. Crowd, yeah, we got somebody in the back. Can we zoom in on them, Amanda? Is that possible?
Okay, so I found that like during the animation you had some like really nice like dynamic perspective pieces, you know, of the buildings, but I found like your guys like establishing shots be very like flat and like not impressive. So since like, you know, it's like takes place in a city and like there's like buildings and like I feel like it would be better if you guys like gave like a more like dynamic establishing shot. Yeah,
That's it.
they'll work on it.
Be more dynamic. Okay. Got another. Let's go to the next person there. Yes.
Hi. I really like it so far. When she or they get their sketchbook destroyed, I feel like they could have felt defeated a little longer. I felt like the anguish and defeat feeling was a little rushed. So I feel like that could have been dragged out a little longer.
Yep.
But otherwise, I really like it.
Cool. Good. Couple thoughts here. Yeah. Let's go. Bing bang.
Hello.
Yeah.
So to write off that person's question of this, yes. There. Okay. For the environment, I guess you could potentially make it feel a bit more lived in. I get that Emma, she's like the one human, right? But I was just wondering, is she the only human? Is she living with a bunch of robots? I think some clarity on that and to kind of establish that AI dynamic a little bit more, I think would help a little bit just to make it things even more clear than it already is. Yeah.
Okay. Dave.
Yeah, as I've said in many of the pitch sessions, I'm always the dumbest guy in the room, and that's an important person to have in your audience. The button on her wrist, like the Spider-Man web slinger thing, like what is that?
So it's a spray paint can that's collapsible. Is that the word? Yeah. So basically she hits the button and she's able to pop it off.
Okay, I think that'll be clear in animation. What's the current running time?
The current running time right now is about 5:24, but that's with the black
I the only person that feels it runs a little long?
It runs long.
I think it runs long too.
Back to the laptop. All right. So we're going to bring the team up here. So let's bring the whole team up and talk about, and they're going to give you a little slide presentation. Give it up. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. And then Dave, let's go wide in here. Go wide. And then here's the presentation over here
Okay, great.
that we're going, so we can go to,
Oh, there's a long line.
yeah, let's go, we'll go quick introduction to everybody and what's your main role, so see if you guys can squeeze in a bit.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name's Hannah. I'm the production manager on Paint It.
Hi everyone, I'm the director and one of the story leads.
Hello, I'm Linette. I am one of the animation leads on Paint It.
I'm Sophie. I'm the character lead.
I'm Cassidy. I'm the other story lead.
I'm Edan. I'm the rigging lead.
I'm Emily. I'm on layout.
I'm Robin. I'm the other animation lead.
I'm Robin B. I'm the director.
I'm Albert. I was on layout and storyboard.
Oh, and we're missing one of our Mara and Allie. So our prop designer and our rigging helper is also missing right now. They're just feeling a little bit under the weather. And Allie, who is our layout lead, is unfortunately not here with us either. So
Okay,
other
so
than
you
that,
guys are gonna
we're all
run
good.
this here, you got 5 minutes to go
Oh, God.
through. You click on that to do
Okay,
things and I'll move.
so we all know Paint It. Wow, amazing. Which one do I click? Oh, Arnie, which one do I click?
Is it that one?
This one?
I think that one.
Over there, the mouse is already there.
Where's the mouse?
Touchpad.
It's, oh, okay.
Yeah, click there. It's like over here, see? There, and then it goes like
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then you should be able to go.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, you said
Thank
those.
you. Okay. So basically, this is our synopsis. In a monochromatic futuristic city, a graffiti artist tries to find the perfect canvas to paint before she gets captured and eliminated by the ruler of the city, the screen. So, Cass, if you want to take this over.
Yeah, so I was one of the storyboard leads.
Oh, hi, I'm Cassidy. I was one of the storyboard leads, and these are just like some choice moments we picked out from the board that really represent like the style. We wanted something super fun and punchy, so large inspirations came from Rise of the TMNT and Spider-Verse with the comic panel cut-ins, and yeah, we just had a lot of fun. I feel like making it really pop, and like they were saying before, the minimal animation style is totally what we're gonna be going for. So you'll still see the slide-ins and the comics and everything really be punchy and fun. So that's the style, and we had lots of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Emma Star, come here, Zoe.
Like I said, I'm Sophie. I'm the character lead. My main job was figuring out her expressions. We were really inspired by the Mickey Mouse comics, and we just wanted to make her like have really crazy, super exaggerated expressions. Our rule was no neutral expressions. We just kind of wanted to make her look like she had rabies, I guess.
She's a tad bit rabid. Then we have our pigeon friend. So our pigeon friend, we really wanted to balance the colors between pigeon and duck, because it kind of is like duck colors, but we were trying to like go for pigeon, so that was really fun. Also to indicate that she is Star's friend, there's a little star on her body that she was born with. So it's like a little connection.
They are siblings.
They are siblings. Okay, and then the screen. I'll just like stand in the
Hello.
corner.
So as art director, I also was able to get the chance to work on a couple of the characters, and one of them was the main antagonist, which is the screen. So my main goal with him was basically to get him to match the style of the rest of the city, which is like very sharp edges, get him to look like he is the antagonist. So the sharp edges really helped there too, and as well as his entire design is just a face. So most of the emphasis is on his expression. So really just like pushing everything, making them look fun, crazy, and evil.
Yeah. Okay, and these are some of our props that we've made. We've already have 2 of these rigs, so that's great. We have her sketchbook. We have awesome turnaround with little tiny Easter eggs of fun things that we like and fun little nods to the film. Also, hello. Also, these are our rough colors for the spray paint cans, and it's kind of hidden by me, but we have a little tiny showing of how the spray can work. But that's okay. Trust us. Then rigging. Yay.
Hi.
Well, I'm Edan. I'm the rigging lead. Thank you for the claps. You actually didn't see any of my work in there because, like, it's all storyboard. You would have seen it if you watched the Sequence Week stream. You would have seen her in action, but she's new and improved. I added some more stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty much in charge of making Sophie and Sophie's character designs, bring them to life so they're animatable. Hopefully, I can rig it well enough that we'll still be able to push all the expressions and poses like we did in the board.
Okay, animation leads, come over here. Okay, let me see if this can play. Okay. Okay, so that was one of our segments from Sequence Week, and Linette, you were the one that animated it.
Yes, I was. Well, technically Mara animated the silhouette at the beginning, but the rest was me. So I am one of the animation leads. Robin and I, our job is to animate the things that will kill everybody else. So in Sequence Week, it was a bit of a crunch because we only had 1 week to figure out everything from storyboard to animation. So a lot of that for this shot of mine was spent on figuring how to animate the panels with the rig inside of them, as well as quickly adjusting for some of the changes we made for storyboard, which couldn't account for some of the designs we initially were planning for. But, you know, we adjusted and we adapted to it, so that was the final product that I was able to do at the end.
Let's play Robin.
Thank you. Well, first off, I think Jenny drew the pose, so it was just my job to put it in, like use the rig to put it into the pose. But yeah, we really had to break the rig to like put it into that pose, and it was really fun. I've never really tried this hard in animation before. But yeah, it's really fun. Also, for like that last sweeping motion, we had to hand draw that because the rig wasn't able to like get into that pose, so it was hand drawn for after the jump. Yeah. But yeah.
So I will be speaking on behalf of Ali, who is not able to be up here with us right now. But part of being the layout lead that Ali was doing, she was helping us to figure out like the style of the actual city itself. We have a couple of main locations, so we were just figuring those out. And part of that was also sending background tests to our background team so that they could figure some things out. If you want to speak on that.
Yeah, so thanks to the work that both Ali and Robin did setting up layout tests for me and Albert to do, we were able to effectively see how much could we manage to simplify the layout while still being portfolio quality, as well as figuring out for later, for the pipeline, how will textures and lighting and everything work? The screen, the goal lines, all of that.
Yeah, so that's what you see on the right side, and then on the left side, there's the 3D model that Ali created for us for our main location, which is the center square. We know it's a rectangle, but it's called the square. And this is just for us to send to our storyboarders so that they know certain distances, where all these buildings are exactly, just so that everyone would be on the same page.
And you might be wondering, wow, that sounds super complicated. Well, it wasn't as complicated as doing math. Yeah. How many animators do you guys think it takes to do simple math? More than you expect. Don't ask us how long it took. So basically, this is just some math that we needed to figure out for our boards and for our layout, just so that visualize it as much as possible, because saying like, oh, this is like 4 football fields away, that's kind of understandable, but you don't really know the distance. We don't play sports, obviously. We're in animation. But so this is basically what we did in order to, help out with that. Yeah. Thank you, Linette, for your ruler. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.
Dave, bring it back. Dave, bring it back. All right. Another round of applause, folks. All right, we're going to bring up. Yes. Yeah. We're doing that. This is all the way down. That's good. Okay. All right, so we're going to bring up the director of the next one, Mia. Mia, what the hell are we in for?
That's an excellent question.
Here, go that way just a bit.
Here?
Well, I don't know. Dave's got
Somewhere?
like the thing is right in your face.
I'm sorry, I'm 5'2".
Okay. Come here. There you go.
There we go. If you would believe me, this idea came in a haze of illness. That's not a joke. This idea was co-created by my partner Kyle, who is here, and is starring in the film as the titular role. And Kyle was very ill, and we were on the phone, and they were like, this would be a kind of cool idea. And I was like, you're right, that would be cool, and here we are. December, there's a board, a team of 9. What if flies took revenge on frogs for eating them? That's the general idea.
Okay. Let's give it a shot, and then we'll come back right after this. You're watching the Seneca 2D stream.
You're not alone. Flies have been reporting power outages the past couple weeks. It is currently being investigated, but the source is unknown. In bigger news, the fly lace continues its search for the Frog Father and his gang, the Croaks. Since their arrival in Fly City, crime has skyrocketed, with flies going missing by the day. The most recent victim being Emil McFly, who was beloved by the community and had his funeral last weekend. Reminder Tuesday night with your fun is Frog Gang the Flies.
The fly least want the Frog Father. So do I. But for me it's personal. I walk the dirt streets I've known my whole life, that are tainted by the Frog Father's slimy grip. A fly leaving its home is a risk, but I'm not any normal fly. The Croaks, Frog Father's boys, they've grown too comfortable in this city. Now, they've let their guard down.
So sick of working overtime waiting for that stupid fly to show up. I don't get the big deal. Sure, the boss ate his husband. What do you expect after you?
Boss, it's McFly.
Lorenzo will handle it.
Lorenzo's dead.
And Alberto?
Got him like a fish.
Dante, where is McFly?
Boss, he's crazy. He's...
You're next, boss.
Oh, Frog! He's gonna get us out! He's...
Well, well, well. If it ain't the prodigal son.
I stopped being your son a long time ago.
I raised you, boy, from larva to full-grown insect. And then you turn your back on me for the first little floozy fly that gives you the littlest bit of attention.
Don't act like you know a thing about Emil.
Yeah, Emil. Wasn't he the sweet one? You are a killer, just like I raised you to be. But then Emil, he made you so soft. I guess I could be ashamed, but that ain't gonna be a problem much longer now, is it?
I got rid of every last croak. If you think you can get out of this alive, you're a damn fool.
All my croaks were useless, but now I got something better. Something that will finally get the job done. And you did just what I wanted you to do. Tied up all the loose ends. This is their replacement. Now all them flies in Fly City are gonna fly straight to me, but you get to be the first.
This light. It takes over my mind like nothing else. I'm losing control.
Give in, McFly.
Suddenly, the answer's clear to me. How do you get rid of the light? By bringing in the dark. Much better.
If you hadn't betrayed me, I wouldn't have to do this. You were my favorite, boy. Now you're my biggest disappointment.
Like father, like son.
McFly, I never should have taken you in the first place. Now look at me. I'm cooking like frog legs on a fire. I'm melting, McFly. Oh, God, I'm melting.
Fly away, froggy boy. Fly away. Emil, you were right. You can't fight fire with fire. But you can burn the shit out of a frog and watch him melt.
Well, that just happened. So we're going to throw it to our panelists and see what they thought.
So that again is a film that knows what it's trying to do, right?
Yeah, I feel like like the atmosphere was great. It felt exactly like the genre you're trying to parody. It makes me miss the DreamWorks genre parodies used to do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. It lands so well. The dialogue sounds so good. The voice acting is great. The shots,
drama.
the drama.
The jokes.
Oh, the jokes land so good.
It's that it takes itself It's that it takes itself seriously when it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And the fact that he takes himself seriously is why it's funny.
Yeah.
That's why it rocks.
Exactly. Yeah.
That being said, I do have problems with it.
Yeah.
I think for me, at least the sequence where we're watching him like try to find the head honcho, I think I was expecting it to take a little longer. For me, I think it felt like he found him really fast. I don't know if there's any way, like, when we get to the part where he and the head honcho are kind of having their back and forth for a little bit before they fight, if there's any way to shorten stuff I just feel like it needs to be more of like a win when we finally find him. It feels like it was a little easy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
A little more frog murder before we get to the big frog.
Yeah.
I think a little bit more frog murder, and also I personally want to see McFly doing more of the killing, and I want to see his effort to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so then it's like a real win.
Yes, because I'm seeing all the murders, and all the murders are gags, and they're jokes, and they're awesome. And I think it's funny to just see them having already been done, but if I get to see McFly killing one of the frogs
I want to see him kill a man in cold blood.
Yeah.
On screen.
Yeah.
Because if I see that, I want to be like, this guy's going for it.
Yeah, he's serious.
And I think I think you can take time away from the dialogue between him and the Frog Father, because that drags on a little bit, and it's funny, but it drags, and I don't need all of the lore.
Yeah.
And if you put that into the murders and him working for it on that grind, it'll be more satisfying when he gets there.
Yeah. I also feel like with the bit where the back and forth between Frog Father and him, I feel like shot choice wise, it was a little still. There were some really good opportunities there to pick some really interesting angles while they're talking rather than staying on one. There's one that was kind of an over the shoulder on Frog Father that kind of hanging around for a while, and I was like, I want to cut around to see his expression. I want to see that character acting as he's saying these really awful things to him, like, this is he's being confronted for the first time, and I want to see that emotionally, like playing across their faces, as well as like, I don't know, just
there's literally a part where he's like, I ate your boyfriend and it was awesome, and McFly's like, so I want to see, and it's cool dialogue, and it's a cool idea, but I want to see McFly be like, gah!
Yeah, like really cut to some good reaction moments.
Show the struggle.
Yeah.
So that section I think shortened, but also as soon as the action happens, the shots are cooler. There's more action, and I'm super into it.
Yeah.
But I'm falling asleep when it's just the dialogue, and I think that's probably because they put all their energy into the ending part. But I would definitely go through it again and choose some interesting shots in that dialogue part.
Yeah. I also think there's an opportunity for earlier on, because we find out he like took him in at some point.
Yes.
But it would be really cool to maybe get a little bit of a tidbit of that early on, maybe during the frog murders, where someone's like, he shouldn't have taken you. I don't know, something like.
Yes.
Before he gets maybe it's the first one we really see on screen get just murked super hard.
Yeah.
He says something really like it hints at it, but it's also clearly gets under his skin, and he finishes him off real cool.
Yes.
Something just to bring me, because I was like, he took him in, but like that took a while to get to that plot point.
Yes. That was only at the end, and if it was foreshadowed beforehand, it would have been like,
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say is, I know that when it goes black and white, I know that that's fly vision, because I've talked to the team, and I think that rocks. But I don't know, when we ask the crowd, I'm curious to know if they got that, and if they even cared, whether they got it or not. So that's what I'll be interested to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we throw it to the crowd then? Should we throw it to the crowd? Let's throw it to the crowd. All right. Woo. Throw it to the crowd. We got a couple of crowdies up there. Shout it out. Nick?
So I think, generally all in all, like I thought it was just pretty solid. I think there was just some scenes I think where just the action could be tightened up a little bit. There's this one particular scene where Frogfather turns on the light to the bug zapper, and it takes like a good 7 seconds. Like you can definitely, I think, shred that off like a little more, just like, and especially because it's the big climax, like you got to keep the energy up. So definitely just take that into consideration, I think.
Great. Thank you. All right. Into the back. Pick one of the back ones. UK. Yes, you. Fancy coat.
Okay. Kind of piggybacking off of what he just said.
fly, but then we just got a close up of the fist, and I wasn't really feeling the impact. Maybe like a frame or two of like a black shot or like the impact frame could have really helped. And speaking of like the fly vision, I straight thought he was going blind for like a little bit, and then it kind of went black and white, and I was like, oh, he's Daredevil? And then I just forgot flies saw the world differently. I just didn't know that. I liked that the frogfather kind of looked like a horned toad or like some other species of frog. It really helped his like whole godfather, like mob boss look a lot, and yeah, that's how I felt.
Great, thank you.
I just wanted to say I have no idea what fly vision is, so I didn't get like any of that at all. It definitely made me a bit confused for a while.
So what is fly vision? Mia?
Flies have motion sensory, so it's just like, it is kind of Daredevil vibes. He just like, his eyes are closed. They can still see without properly seeing, so that was like the interpretation of this. But I wasn't sure if it would work, which is why I'm happy we're discussing it now, if it's working or not.
Do they see through their hair or through their eyes, or what's the deal?
I think that's the mystery.
Okay. To be discovered. Sean?
I think overall, the pacing in the beginning was great, and then when we see the Frog Father, it kind of dies off. It's really slow there, and then it picks back up again for the final fight. So I think thinking a little bit about the pacing overall needs tightening in that middle section, because you just want to definitely build all the way to that fight and then have your resolution. On the fly vision piece, what if you treated it more like, I know it's not real, but the kaleidoscope kind of view, where it looks like it's refracted several times, and then it's pretty clear that it's like, oh, this is through the.
Well, flies
eyes
do
of
have
the-
compound eyes, do they not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that might be a way to sort of solve that issue.
Yeah, it's like compound banking interest, like that. Dave?
Yeah, I've always got one. Well, I mean, this is nothing that I haven't said in class already. But once again, I don't entirely understand what the relationship is between McFly and the Frogfather as to why he basically adopted and raised a fly. So I need to know a little bit more about that relationship. That doesn't mean that the running time has to seriously expand, but I sort of need to have at least an inkling of the genesis of that relationship. I also agree that with everyone else that it gets a little sluggish during the dialogue sequences, and maybe this is just in the phrasing. But is that meant to be a pun? Like a meal was in fact a meal?
Yes.
And that he was eating?
Yeah.
I think that when he actually says that has to be played up just a touch more. It seemed like that beat was missed.
Okay.
To me.
There's a couple other, yes, you sir? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like you guys, like, it can, the emotion for the thing can be pushed more. Like, say if like my partner were to get murdered, I'd be like pissed. I feel like the fly guy, he can be like a bit more mad or like more emotional can be shown. Like not like Hulk type veins popping, but like a bit more like more emotion with that, like more sad, or like when he's mad, he's really mad. Same with the frog, when like he's mad, he's really mad. And like with emotions in general, like more like pushed.
Great. Yeah. You? Emily, yes.
I was gonna. Hello. I was just maybe gonna say sometimes during some scenes, it's I wish we got maybe a little bit more establishing shots, because I don't think we really got to see too much of where he is within the office. And I think even some of that, you can take some of the dramatic shots, like for example, looking on the Frogfather down. You could have pulled it out a little bit to make the angle a little bit more extreme, but we get to see a little bit more of the ground planes, because sometimes the character takes up. It's very. We have
Okay.
a lot of close-up shots, so maybe using
Widen it
a little
out.
more establishing shots.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. Well, maybe like one more. Yeah.
I really liked it. I really liked the story, and I like that there's dialogue, but I think the thing that was missing for me is, like was said before, like the emotion. Like maybe it's lost in the boards, but I want to see like more character acting. Like I want to see McFly. Like I feel like his face for a lot of the time is neutral. I want to see like more. I want to know what he feels like just by looking at his face, especially like the back and forth. Like I want more like emotion
Yeah, like Christopher Walken type emotion. All right, let's bring the crew down. Come on, flies. Come on in. Come in, introduce yourself and your role. I'll hide over here.
Hi.
Come in, come in. Okay, go.
I am Mia. You have met me before. I am director, character co-lead, and art director. Oh, should we switch around?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I'm Alex. I worked on character, and I am the rigging lead.
My name is Dara, and I was the animation lead for the team.
Hi, I'm Miranda. I'm the production manager and layout lead.
Hey, I'm Julia. I was in the storyboard team and also in animation.
Yo, I'm Harmon. I was a story lead.
I'm Angeli, and I helped with the character and Leia.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the prop lead, but I helped out with layout and with storyboard.
Okay, we're gonna throw it to the slides. Here we
We're
go.
throwing it.
We're throwing it.
Throw it straight over there.
Okay, there you go. You click one
And
of
we
these
just
buttons.
press any button?
Yeah. Arrow keys.
Oh, the arrow
Chink,
keys.
chink.
Oh, wow.
There you
Okay. Yeah, fly away, Froggy Boy, fly. This is the team. We're going to talk about it. General synopsis, you've seen it already. But the film follows Francis McFly. He's stricken by grief, and he goes on a journey for revenge to kill the Frogfather and his gang, the Croaks. So we're just going to start off with character. McFly has kind of, from the beginning, been in the general same state. We have his like general main turnaround up there, and then some of the concept art. He's the only character that's pretty much stayed relatively the same since the start. We went with like a pretty classic revenge movie, like literally Die Hard. I swear he like wears this exact outfit. He's like the tank top. Mostly what we were doing here is his original design, which is the one we did for Sequence Week, relied on a lot of round shapes. So we played up more with like the sharp triangle, square shapes because he's a protagonist, but he's pretty antagonistic, like he's pretty villainous. And we apply that to pretty much all the characters because there are no good people in this film. Or flies, amphibians, no good amphibians. And the other character co-lead is Luce, who's not here, so I'm speaking for him. The Frogfather was a pretty important character to get right as well. We want him to be a frog, but like kind of weird looking and kind of creepy and like really big. So I guess what he said was the greatest struggle was staying away from the designs from Flushed Away for frogs. And so he started out kind of bubbly and cute, and I was like, no, he needs to be scarier. And so we just kept like pushing it, and now he's like a weird guy. Yeah, but he came to life before our eyes. Shout out to Zub. Zub played him. And he slayed and got slain. Alex?
So now for the Croaks. Now every good Godfather or Frogfather needs their crooks or croaks. So as for primarily to keep with the design, we wanted to make like sharp angles and like a good tough mob enforcer, but we didn't want to make them too cute because they're gonna get murdered. And we didn't want to make them too big because we didn't want them to be like overshadowing the Frogfather. So, but I think we managed to like get what under the right design we needed for them, and yeah.
Hi, I will be speaking for Sarah, who's our prop lead. Basically, for the props, you wanted it to have like a really messy kind of line work to give it like texture, make it like stand out more. And one of the big challenges was the flies technically kind of live in a human world, but they only have like 1940s technology because we wanted to pay homage to the like noir inspiration. yeah, just keep it up with the noir theme. And we have our favorite prop is like the conspiracy board that has all of the weird information and that kind of like hints to McFly's relationship with his husband. And we have these really uncanny portraits of frog mobsters that Sarah painted, and they're great because they get a reaction out of the audience, but the Frog Father doesn't look like that anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like he's yassified.
Yeah, we yassified him. We had to make him more marketable, I guess. I don't know. I think he's great. But yeah, and then yeah. So for layouts, I'm layout lead, and so I think the biggest challenge that we had was that like we wanted it to be like a grungy, trashy noir city, but it's like literally made of like trash and like swamp stuff. So it was like how much of like one kind of setting do we mix with its original inspiration, like that kind of thing. So yeah, we had to make it like recognizable to a human, I guess, like in that kind of sense, while also making all of the everyday like furniture and stuff and all of like the buildings and just all the settings made out of like swampy materials, I guess. Yeah. And also just because everything in the film is in black and white, that was another big challenge because we don't have a lot of color to rely on. So yeah, we ended up playing a lot with like extreme lighting and seeing how far we could push the whole black and white aesthetic. But yeah.
Luce did the color script, but Luce is not here, so I'm speaking for Luce. In terms of just like what we're going for, this is I guess a good part to put in inspirations. Sin City. You can skip it, but it's just like the visuals are like pretty much exactly what we were going for this, and then just adding some specific colors, and we were like kind of playing around with the depth of like using a monotone thing. And for what Luce said was most films usually start out brighter and then go darker as the plot starts out, but the plot starts out dark here. So we're doing a bit of an opposite situation where it starts dark and it ends a bit colorful, and just playing around with that, which is pretty cool. Board team. Come on.
All right. Yeah, we tried to go a little bit more minimalistic for the beginning part, but I guess we're throwing that out the window. We're pushing it way more dramatic shots, lots of stills and holds and pans and stuff. But yeah, big inspiration was Batman, the animated series, obviously, lots of noir animation. Yeah. So we tried to keep the action off screen in the beginning half because we thought it would punch harder in the later half, but I guess we got to show some of it. Yeah.
Not to interrupt, but I don't think you do. I am totally interrupting. I like the way that the violence was played in the first act and that you saved it for later. I made specific happy notification about that in my brain. I like it. So.
All right, we'll play around, see what's good.
No, you'll do what I say.
Sure.
Yeah, so in the beginning, the board team was the two guys and myself. During sequence week, we did that. But then after sequence week, we had a lot to discuss, and we got the entire team involved in making the boards. With the three of us mostly focusing on the third act, which is the more action-heavy part. I personally worked on the fly vision and the Frog Father's death and McFly's implied death. So that was pretty fun. I think the most fun part of it was just brainstorming the different ways that they could die with the team.
I worked on the fight scene, so that was fun. It was tough trying to make sure it looked different from Act 1 and Act 2, so it stands out in terms of shot selection and the way it's boarded in general. But like Julia said, everybody helped out with the board, so we couldn't have done it without everybody here. Yeah.
Hello again. So we did need the rig for the Leica. However, this is the rig we use for sequence week. Now, McFly's design has changed, and we're currently in process of making his new design fully rigged, but very soon you'll be able to see him and all the other characters fully rigged and able to dance and do all kind of weird stuff and die. But, and also our terrifying node view for anybody who doesn't like rig. Okay. Did I press the button? Oh, there we go.
So this is from Sequence Week, which you guys should have seen. If you didn't do your homework. Okay, but these are some of the shots, some of our favorites. The standout is the stomping. He's killing the radio, the first kill of the movie. And Dara did that one, so I was hoping to get Dara to talk about that. But this is a general look into kind of what we're doing and what it's going to look like.
So Alex did an amazing job on the rig because I tore that rig apart to make that stomp scene. That whole leg when he's going down, it's just the thigh just stretched out. So yeah, Alex did a good job, and we all had a hand in making that all the animation for Sequence Week. And Julia did the radio swipe. Harmon did the recovery for that, and Alex did the breathing. So we're playing with the fly wings as well, trying to add a little bit more to that because it's part of a fly design. So why not animate it more? So yeah.
You guys did it.
Yay.
Thank you, folks. Give it up for those guys. All right, so we're going to pull down Aberdeen. Come over here. Aberdeen. Aberdeen. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hello, all my friends. Online and in person, you know who you are.
All right, so
Hi,
tell
Dani.
us, So tell us, you made a pitch, but then you made a video pitch as well. Tell us.
Oh God. Okay.
Tell us a bit about that, because
All right.
that was a new thing.
So, if you guys were around for my initial pitch for my film, I decided I'm going to be a tryhard, and I made a whole little short video to get people excited for my film. And as someone, I personally really like just making projects, even if it's not necessarily scary. If I'm having fun, that's what I care about. So yeah. To follow up, I guess I'll give a brief history of my film and just like how it came to be. So following up, I wanted to do something fun in both terms of visuals and story, especially with using music as a narrative to kind of communicate emotions that sometimes you just can't really let out. Very musical, you know. If you're so overwhelmed, you just have to sing. But there's no singing. Sorry, guys. I don't think you guys would want to watch that, but anyway. And especially with the concept of just, because we've all experienced it just when friendships end, either if they're long-term or short-term, whether we like it or not, when you lose a connection with someone, it hits you, you know. Got really dramatic there for a second. But I wanted to try to build a story around that concept just because I feel like it definitely could be something that can be explored. And I wanted to take a kick at that. And yeah, and just kind of marry that idea of using music and, because people bond over music, but what if they don't bond? That's crazy. And yeah. And also, it was a little bit of a challenge for myself because I wanted to see if I could adapt music into a student film, and I'm like, I want to try to push myself because that's what school is all about. That's what college is all about, you know, breaking your limits. And yeah, so unfortunately for the Leica, we're in the process of making the original music, so you're just going to be hearing the royalty-free, but keep an ear out for the cool stuff, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say.
Well, we're going to watch Punk Pooch right here at the old 2D stream here at Seneca College. Ka-bing.
Wow, Fifi, you haven't aged a day.
Oh,
Oh, I got something for you. I know you don't have too much time to get ready. Go in there.
Janice, I really don't know what you're Oh. Janice. This is pretty rad if I do say so myself.
Didn't take you as an artist.
Tilly. Tilly. Didn't take you as one to show.
Please. And miss the limelight? One of us has a reputation to keep.
You think you're so much more important than the rest of us.
Listen up! I'm the backbone of this band whether you like it or not.
Well, sorry for absorbing the obvious. You toilet breath backstabbing, good for nothing.
Hey, guys! Are you two alright?
Yeah, just calming Phoebe's nerves and all.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Tilly. I guess Darcy and I will meet you on stage. Hello! Rock and roll over for Fifi, Tilly, Darcy, and me, Janice. Together we're Punk Pooch. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She followed me like a lost puppy. Can you believe that?
Tilly, I wasn't following you like...
I mean, you kind of did. You really need to pull yourself together. 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 Together.
I love you, Punk Pooch! I love you, Punk Pooch! I love you.
Guys, you're simply amazing together. It's like the old times. If my husband was alive, he would love
What are you laughing about?
Nothing, but Janice might be right. We still play great together.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm. Just like old times. Oh man, you really thought... Oh, I can't believe you're still a gullible little stray.
Stray? Oh, I'll show you, Stray.
Fifi!
What? She had it coming.
Tilly, what are you doing?
Shut up!
Doggy pile! Well, that got weird there, didn't it? Let's have the team up here, and we're gonna jump to our panelists right now. Panelists.
Yeah,
That was really fun.
That was really fun. I think once again, feels like it knows exactly what it wants to be.
Yeah.
It knows exactly what it wants to be.
Yeah. I really liked the energy that was being built up when they were going toe to toe on stage. And I feel like it really, when she breaks the guitar, it really feels like a moment of stillness and silence. Oh, we were building up to that.
It stops right there.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
The designs also
So
cool.
great, so appealing, and I feel like you used them really well.
Yeah.
In the boards.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think for me, the ending, I was expecting more of an emotional resolution with what was being set up in the bit of the memories we saw from the characters. Not necessarily even a positive reconciliation of the friends, but I don't know. I think I wanted them to talk a bit more about their past or something.
I see, I know what you're making reference to. I don't know if that's the answer, but I also watching that was okay, smashes the guitar, and then that kind of solves it, but I do want there to be something more.
Mhm.
Does that trigger a memory where she smashed a guitar previous, and now they have this thing together? It just feels like it kind of wraps up too easy, or in a way that I'm not understanding.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah. So I would want to see a tie up, something a little bit better tied up there.
Yeah.
And I also the sequence where the coolest sequence is when they're guitar battling. That's sick.
Yeah.
And when it's the mist comes in, and I'm sure the mist is gonna be all these weird colors. I like that that's taken into a part where they're bring me back. I like that part. That's showing their relationship, right? That's showing their flashbacks. I want there to be something a little bit more unique than it just fading in to the camera. As I'm watching that, I'm okay, they're having this battle and it's fading in, but these guys have a cool style. Could they not have it be where there's there's spotlights and the spotlight flashes over their face and that cuts?
Just building up a lot of energy.
Building energy and having a reason and a cooler shtick to the flashback.
Yeah.
Because that's the coolest part is the guitar.
You just put into words what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like the moment where we're watching her think for a moment that Tilly is actually being genuine, I don't know why, I feel like something was missing from that, just a little bit. Before they fully go into the fight and the slap, which the slap was awesome, by the way. I love that. Damn.
That felt real.
That did.
That's drama.
I don't know if it was maybe that the emotion playing across her face when she thinks that she's being genuine. I almost want to see her reaction seem even more this is what she's kind of secretly wanted, this whole time.
Yes.
Really
Because
deeply.
she's trying to cover it up in the beginning.
Yeah. She actually does want to be her friend, and Tilly's just no, I suck. I'm gonna.
That's the draw of the characters. The shtick is guitars and music in a band, but what we want to see, and what we're attracted to, is their relationship, and why it's complicated, and why it works and why it doesn't work. And I want to see more of that. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll say is I wanted to see more crowd shots when they're riffing on their guitars, because I want to see how the crowd is reacting to all the cool shit they're doing. Because it was just them, but I want to see the crowd being ooh, ooh, and they're fighting for the crowd.
Yeah.
And we get to see the crowd is moving to one side or
reminding
the
us
other.
it's a performance.
It's a performance, yeah.
And maybe as it goes on, it fades away towards the very end before the crash or the guitar smash, because it tells you also that they don't, at this point, it's not about the audience anymore. It's about them and their fight.
It's about just, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's throw it to the crowd and see what they thought. Hey, crowd, what'd you guys think? Yeah, in the back.
I really liked it a lot. It's nice, guys, but I feel like maybe the setup could be made a bit short to make room for the music battle and more development between them. Yeah.
In the dressing room? In the dressing room area? Cut that down?
Yeah, less in the dressing room and more music battle. Yeah, I also think maybe you could
And did you guys all understand like the flashbacks that were happening in there? That made sense. They fit good. There's a question in the back and the top. Yeah, you, sir?
I like the voice acting, but at some point I thought one dog was one voice than the other. And then I thought, that voice is probably better for the blue dog, Tilly.
Yeah.
I thought they should switch.
Okay. A lot of the audio in all these cartoons is kind of just scratched, so we just recorded it upstairs, and then like in the new year, then we'll get it doubled down. But that's good. It's interesting. Is that Dad?
That's my dad.
Nice. Let's go. You? Yes, you, sir.
Yeah. Great short overall. I was just wondering how established are Punk Pooch in this, because we have like the Barney fan dog with the tattoo and everything, but it's like how big are we talking in terms of fame are these guys? I didn't really get that.
How famous are they?
I'd probably say, cause since it's a small venue, I would say they're maybe more a little underground. Also in the concepts, we were thinking that when they were actually super active, it was during high school or that schooling period. So it's just like, I guess, word of mouth, more of that kind of band. But we can definitely try to establish that and make it a bit clearer.
Okay.
So is it a reunion?
Yeah, it's a reunion.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's just I think make it clear in the beginning that it's a reunion, because at the beginning it's like, oh, they haven't seen each other for a while, but like they're a band, so are they like together? So maybe like on the outside of the venue be like, big reunion, come back, and like to just like bring that together. So I think it's very strong though.
Great. All right. Fancy coat.
That's my name now. Personally, I really liked how everything was established in the beginning, because it wasn't too fast, but it wasn't too slow for me. I picked up on everything pretty quickly, especially with that shot of her reaction to the like Polaroid, and just seeing her face kind of change. It told me a lot about not only her character, but also like the relationships. I think there was something that felt a bit off just with after the guitar hit and just kind of the rest, because I really like how they start fighting, the dog howl and stuff was really cute, but my immediate thought was, how are they going to do the rest of the show if her guitar's broken? Is she okay? Like, what are they going to do? Oh, they're okay, they're fighting, so that's a new issue, but I don't know if yeah, that's just kind of the only thing I was really thinking. It felt a bit weird with Tilly and the pink one. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But the panelists kind of already talked about that and said everything I was thinking. So.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Sir.
This is going to sound worse than what it is when I say it. I had issues with the beginning, middle, and end. So I thought the establishment was a little unclear. That it was a reunion, or were we expecting the other dog to show up, or quite what was going on there? What
was the drama?
Making this concert more exceptional than the ones from their past? So some clarity there. The flashback scene, I think, is completely unnecessary. I think that could all be done with the present day dialogue and the acting, and leave that to the viewer's imagination. And where we've ended up, I honestly don't feel that the film has an ending. So you've got like a shock value gag with the blood at the end, but I don't feel a narrative ending, like character closure for our two characters, except for the fact that one of them's dead. I'm unsatisfied.
Okay.
So.
That's fair. Lucas?
I think I agree with those. I think if you're not going to have the flashback sequence, if you take the flashback out and it's not necessary, you still need to have something that's a wow factor, that's going to make people remember what's going on. So if you do decide to take flashbacks out, make guitar boom and really, really, really fun, and find something creative that is going to be memorable, if not the flashbacks. And if you do, I think it's okay to have joke endings that do cut abruptly, and that's where like creatively you want to go. But I think there is something there where there could be like fade to black, and then they're grabbing their gear and getting to the next show or whatever, and then you have a little interaction after that. So I think, yeah, I think that could be cool.
Okay.
One more question. May I ask why we didn't end up with the brawl turning into a musical?
Mostly, I mean, it would be fun, but also time and that sort of the message of sometimes there's just no closure when friendships end. You just don't get that.
So. Let's throw to Rob in the back for one quick one, and then we'll bring the team down.
Yeah. So I love where you're going. I've got a problem with the arc. Your opening, right at the beginning, your protagonist is upset that friendship ended, and at the end, your protagonist is upset that friendship ended. And I think we need another button. It's like, and got over it, and got stronger, got something. Do you know what I mean? You're sort of starting and ending emotionally at the same spot. And it doesn't feel like it's got a forward push. All this stuff is cool. It's so much fun. The fight is amazing. The broken guitar is gorgeous. But it doesn't go. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful treading water emotionally. And I want to see her get somewhere. Either, if you want to go dark, like leave her defeated, right? Like leave her on the floor, or she stands up and goes, done.
Too close to home, Rob.
All right. So we're going to pull the team down here and go through the presentation. So come on, guys. Don't trip over stuff. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down. Don't trip over. Don't trip over. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Okay, we ready?
I think so.
Let's do a quick round of introductions and then we'll get into slides. Hi, I'm Aberdeen.
Hello. I don't know what that was. Okay. Hi, I'm Aberdeen. I was the director, and I also helped with story lead and character, and I also did the voice of Fifi. That was me. That was me screaming at the end.
Hello, I'm Natalie. Oh, sorry. I'm the production manager, trying to be a production manager, and I also work on the storyboard team. And here's some.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I helped with art direction and location design and layout.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Washington. I'm the rigging lead, and I also helped with proper design.
Hi, I'm Lex, and I was the character lead and the animation lead.
Hi, I'm Adaline. I worked on prop, character, and story, just moving around a lot.
Hi, I'm Katya, and I've helped out with props and audio.
Hi, I'm Edan. I'm a prop lead, and I also work on layout as well.
Okay. Hi, my name's Ethan, and I am the compositing lead.
All right. Well, let's do the presentation then, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Okay. All right. So I guess we'll start. Also, shout out to Alex, another member of our team. She unfortunately is sick and couldn't make it today, but we were thinking of you, Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Alex. All right. All right. So first things first. Poster again. Yeah, we're punked Pooch. To open it, I'm gonna have Katya kind of give a brief synopsis of the story and just to read.
Stop. You stop what you're doing.
Oh, it's on this screen. Oh.
Use the arrows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys probably have seen the story already, but basically the story follows fallout of a high school band centering on our main poodle gal, Fifi, and blinded by her own excitement and stardom, things just take for the worse when a certain someone shows up as well. Ex-bandmate and an ex-friend. Will they reconcile their friendship, or will their... Yeah, we already know. We already know. I'm sorry, but yeah, everything we'll have to see. We'll have to find out.
It's a mystery, guys.
Yeah. I'm passing up for the character for Aberdeen.
Thank you. Okay, so character. Woo! Okay, very cool. All right, so after weeks of concepting and a lot of revs, we decided to come to a core set of four characters. So we ended up with Tilly, Fifi, Janice, and Darcy. Now, something specific with them that we wanted to play around with is to have a motif that kind of travels through all four of them. And we ended up with kind of this weather kind of deal. So for example, Tilly, she is the moon. It reflects her personality, very kind of calm and collective, but also, I don't know, never mind. Never mind. Next we have Fifi. She's more of a triangular shape that goes to kind of her brash, kind of stubborn personality, and we wanted to do a star for her with her poodle ears. Janice is the sun in a circle. She's literally just a circle. It's kind of crazy. And she's very bubbly. She's also a mother of two, so that's a cool fact about her. And then finally we have Darcy, who we made her kind of a motif of a cloud because she's kind of always has her heads in the cloud, as you can see from our film. And yeah, we just had a lot of fun designing them and keeping it consistent. Because with dogs are very, like, you can do so much with dog characters. So limiting ourselves, but also letting us kind of explore with this was a good route to take. And yeah, I'm happy with the results. Anyway, to pass it on, I'm going to pass it to my other character helper, Lex. And yeah, go here.
Where do I click?
I can be.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, so for the background characters, we wanted them to still have like pretty like distinct designs. And we also wanted to play around with little Easter eggs to either like characters that we like recognize elsewhere, or even like including our pets in them as well. And for Easter eggs, you guys know these ones. Whoa! So the other films and our lovely Professor Barnabas, we shot a beam at them and turned them into punk Pooch characters.
Furry-fied.
Yeah, and I think the next section is about the rigs, which our rigging lead Nick can speak about.
Rigs.
Rigs. Right. So, for those of you guys at home who are essentially watching this, or those who just kind of don't really understand, essentially we're essentially virtual puppeteers. So we work in Toon Boom Harmony, and we essentially break down all these sorts of like characters within like shapes, vector layers, other sorts of coding jargon to essentially make it easier for the animators to animate properly. So if you can see here, we can have the quick diagram if you look up to Fifi's eye. So essentially all that is a collection of drawings. So it's like the pupil's a drawing, the eyelash is a drawing, the eye glare is a drawing, the eyelid is a drawing. And then it gets, as you see it, as it progresses down, it gets worse and worse. So it's like there's more things for the entire head. Ears, the ear thing, like, you know, the little tuft piece, like the hair's two parts. Like the little indent from her head, like that's a part as well. And then you see the full body. It's like, oh my goodness, that is it. It is a lot of work, but you know what? For those who do it, they love it. And I, for one, I love it. So it's like this is kind of just my thing. And so we can see. Sorry, could you go back for a sec? So yeah, so all these things we keep. Yeah, so again, it's just. All our job is essentially just making the animators' lives a little bit easier. So you can see all those kind of like bits there and pieces. So the light blue things, those are essentially patches that kind of affect the rigs to essentially create like line art or specific effects, those actually won't show up in the composite if you've seen the Sequence Week presentation. So like a lot of those you see with Janice. Lex did Janice. She did a fantastic job. I was the one doing Fifi, for now at least. And so it's like everything kind of just deforms and, you know, gets put together just to make, you know, the animation look pretty. And judging by the sequence, man, do we have our work cut out for us. So we're gonna give it a good old college try with that.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
sequence. Yeah, Polytechnic.
Yeah.
Here's some Sequence Week stuff. If you've seen it, do your homework.
Yeah. They're alive. They're real.
They're real.
They're so real.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Who's next? Props. We're gonna have Adelaide speak about props. Hooray.
Hi.
Hooray.
Hi, I'm Adaline. I worked on props, but I'm going to be speaking for our prop lead, Edan. So real quick, the designs, we figured out pretty early. It was just a lot of minor tweaking, honestly, just to make it feel more a part of that world. So things like doggy elements, we made like bone pig heads and like little things, right? Besides that, we also had to figure out a lot of technical stuff. So like, since our world is made primarily of dogs, they have very drastically different sizing. So we didn't want like Tilly's guitar to look like a giant compared to Fifi. Yeah, and then there was also an issue of just colors in general. Since Janice is completely black in her outfit, her drum set is also completely black, so she would often get lost. So we had to figure that out. Yeah, and then we kind of just did angles and views. So
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with some of the dogification, if that's a word,
Yeah.
of the props. It's a little hard to see in the small pictures, but for some of the elements of the guitar, for like the bridges and the frets and stuff, they're bones because dog.
Wow.
And not listed here, but for Darcy's bass, because she's the bassist, the little tuning pegs are bones. That's the one thing we had. No, but it was really fun to kind of play with that. Woo!
So I'm Sophia, and I did the concept work and the final location design, as you can see here, with some help from Natalie and Edan. So there are 3 distinct locations, like not counting the city shot. We have the stage where the action takes place, so the venue, the dressing room, and what we call the mind palace. So one, we call it, because this takes place in Fifi's head. So part of our problem, so to speak, that we had to solve is how can we make the mind palace world look like it's a part of the same world, but drastically different. And layout and storyboard have to work together. So I was often going to storyboard and basically making sure everything hooks up in the same location and make sure everything makes sense. And I was also communicating with character and rigs. Like every 2 seconds I was going to like the rig team. I'm like, give me the rig so that I can see how the rig fits in. And I was talking to the character team and the rigging team just to see how I can make small adjustments and how we can make small adjustments, because we have to, the backgrounds are in service to the characters and the action taking place. So make sure nothing is distracting and everything works together. And this is the color script that Lex made, but I am speaking in,
hubba.
Yeah. So one thing, so we've established pink as our conflict. So when Fifi and Tilly first meet, you can see the shade of pink, and it kind of rises in saturation as the action gets more escalated, and then at the end is when it's like purple and everything is the resolution of the story. And we have Janice for our joy color, so to speak, which is yellow. So it creates a very stark contrast because Janice doesn't really understand what's going on, and that's not something we necessarily need to say in dialogue, but with color, it communicates a lot. So that's what we wanted to write home about, and I think it turned out very nice. And I am going to I will pass it on to Katya, who did some sound. You need permission.
It's not
What?
That's okay. That's okay.
Just bring out your guitar.
Yeah, we see it all the time.
Why did it do this?
Google Drive, you need to share it with the link that everyone can have access to.
Yeah.
Skip it. Shout out to Chris. Chris is here today, but he's gonna be helping with the music when we get to that point. Yeah. But yeah, we used Adobe Premiere. Oh. Can I skip? Oh, there we go. Okay. Whoa! It's over. Yeah.
Boom. Get out of here.
Okay, bye.
All right. Give it up. Give it up for the Punk Pooch team. All right. Let's keep things going. We're bringing the last director in. Dani, come on down. Yeah. Here she comes. Whoa.
Sorry, I'm also 5 feet tall, so I can't quite reach that.
It's okay. It's a shotgun. We'll pick you up.
I'll take that up. Howdy, y'all. Okay, so I guess I'll touch on a little bit on how I got this idea. So little tidbit, this started off as a concept originally set in like Victorian London. And then over the summer, I played Red Dead Redemption and I got really sad. And then I was like, okay, so I want to do something Western cowboy for sure, but I don't want it to be depressing. And then this pitch was made. So I hope you guys enjoy our 2 cowboy cats as they attempt to rob a saloon. Some mood music.
All right, this is Skipjack.
Dusty roads at high noon, and in fair Meek Springs where we set our sea. A perfect spot for your all to get. Okay, let's hit the plan again. First, I go in and butter up the crowd, and then...
Then I sneak in and swap all the goodies for us, Mr. Skipjack. Like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Let's save all that for later, all right? Now, let's get this show on the road.
Oh, I knew I had to go back for her. It wasn't right holding a poor woman hostage because of debt her husband owed. But I knew I just couldn't come in guns blazing.
I had to play quick. I had to play it smart. After all, this woman was like a fine heiress of like some rich family. So I mean, if I tried a little bit of smooth moves on her, I kind of put a bit set alive. And plus, like, well, this woman, you see, fine figures.
Holy shit!
And then 2 of the goons put not 1, not 2, but...
What do we have here? Looks like I found your new sidekick. Skipjack, Skipjack, Skipjack. Same old story, same old lies. But bringing a kid into this, that's a new low.
Ha! Barkley! I thought you'd get...
Save it. I'll finally fetch a pretty penny for your hide and get a bone thrown in for the stray, too.
You know, I always did love how you never back down from a chase.
Skipjack!
Mr. Skipjack?
What?
Who's Barkley?
The most treacherous bounty hunter this side of the West. No, my wanted poster says dead or alive. Well, Bartley, he likes them dead. Okay, I think we lost him. Yeah, let's see what you snagged. Maybe we can use it to buy our way out of here.
Oh, I got plenty of goodies, Mr. Skipjack. See, I got us some buttons, some yarn, and some matches.
Lord Sheepses, we're doomed.
But the matches...
Matches ain't gonna cut it, kid. It's all junk.
messed up, didn't I?
You did the best you could.
I did?
Yeah, your priorities need work, but you got quick powers. You just need a little more polish. Is all.
Oh, Skipjack! You and the stray ain't got nowhere to go!
Look!
I like your style, kid. I don't want to toast to our demise just yet.
That's it! I expected more from someone like you. Son of a... I'll get you one day, Skipjack. You and the strap.
Not bad, kid. Not bad at all.
Thanks, Mr. Skipjack. Oh, almost forgot. I grabbed this.
Oh, you and me, kid? I think we're gonna be just fine.
Well, there we are, a little bit of Skipjack. All right, let's throw it to our esteemed panelists. Last run, guys. Don't mess it up on this one, all right?
That rocked.
That was
Yeah,
great.
that was so great.
That knew exactly what it wanted to be.
Literally, all of them have such a great, like, they all know. They all know.
They all
And it's
get it.
so
know what
good.
you are.
You all know.
Love to see it.
I also just, I love a good Western, so very, very appreciative of
Yeah,
myself.
the vibes were there.
The vibes.
Yeah, I feel like you guys did a good job of like tying in a little bit of like the emotion between Atticus and Skipjack as well amidst all the action, and it didn't feel like out of place for me.
I don't think so.
No, it felt really good.
Yeah, you held it just long enough to make me feel really sad when he said he sucked, but then he was like, no, you're okay, we're gonna do it. And
That's
then-
really sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the action there. They got the funnies, and they got the good feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's be mean.
It's hard to be mean.
I'll go for it. Can I go?
Yeah, you go for
I
it.
think okay. It's so their relationship is so fun to watch and it's so likable. I want to see Atticus. I almost want to see Atticus being more incompetent in the beginning.
And maybe if we have like a little more doubt from Skipjack in the
Yes.
beginning, so he's like surprised at the end when he kind of pulls through.
Because he has that moment where he's like, chill, bro, I got this.
Yeah.
But if there was more like, listen, you don't know what you're doing, okay? I'm the guy. I'm the cool guy. Then at the end, when Skipjack gives Atticus the chance to solve it, that makes it all the more
Yeah, it'll be
powerful.
a satisfying like
Yeah.
mind change for Skipjack, I think.
I think it's like really close, but I think more of that in the beginning would set it up to like really work in the end.
A little bit so nice, a little bit like something less nice in their dynamic, I think.
Yeah, because they're almost like too sweet in the beginning,
Yeah.
where they're like, we're a happy family, and it's like
There's
if
nothing
he's-
wrong with us.
Yeah, if he's like more of like a neglectful parent in the beginning,
Yeah.
then it'll be really cool when he becomes the dad.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, yeah, you're a dad.
Yeah,
That's
especially
sick.
Atticus is really so naive in the beginning too that he doesn't really register that's what's happening until that moment where he says like,
Yes.
you really screwed it up.
Yeah. I also think in that moment when Skipjack gets mad, it's like he has a beat where it's like, oh, we're doomed. And then he's like, matches. And then he gets mad. I almost want him to be mad as soon as he realizes that he messed up. And he can still get even more mad when he says the matches thing.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's like a dip in emotion first.
Yeah, it needs to build like fully just all the way to that point.
I think so. I think that I want it to be right away like, you've disappointed me, son.
Yes.
I hate you.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
I also wrote down, I said, I think you guys have two. I think you guys do everything's really, really clear. I think everything's really, really clear. There were 2 points, this is more specific. There are 2 points where I wanted to be withheld information so that I could like be surprised when it happened. When they grab, that's so sick. When they grab the wanted poster off the wall and then they look at it, after that you have the title cards come in, right? I want the title cards to be the first time that we see them so that I'm like, whoa. So what if you like they could have like the wanted poster, you like a 3/4 back, and you just see the wanted poster.
Oh, yeah.
And he like crumples it up and throws it, and then when they jump out, you get to see them for the
I
first
like
time.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when they're telling the story in the saloon, I think we just like immediately cut to him in the saloon. I almost want something in between or at the beginning of that scene where we don't know what's happening, like who's he talking to, why is he telling the story, like a close up on his face or something. I just feel like we jump into that scene
And like
too
we know
clean.
what's going on.
And we know what's going on.
Immediately, yeah.
But if like we see the crowd afterwards, like looking at him after we get like a close up on his face, we're gonna be like, oh, he's telling a story to the
So
crowd.
confuse us more, I guess.
Yeah, confuse. Yeah, honestly, like confuse a little bit more so that your clarity can come in. That's what I would say.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
No rock.
Let's throw it through the crowd. We'll have a couple questions. Zub wants to say something.
I think obviously the films are coming together really well. I just want to say, by the way, the amount of development, particularly the last like 3 weeks, has been phenomenal. Where these films have started and the clarity that they're bringing to it, and now you guys are just going to keep sharpening it every single time, like I know you can. I'm really, really proud of all of you. On this one, I think the cactus sort of vendor should be set up right as soon as they pull into town. That should be something that they come by, so then later when it gets used as a prop,
Throwback.
it's just like set up. And same thing with the ostrich or whatever they're riding away on. Have that in town as they're riding by. So even though it seems odd, then at the very end when they've got one, we're just like, oh, that's coming back again. So just, it's not like deep foreshadowing, but just simple prop setup for your gags. That's all.
I like it.
Cool.
Thank you. Goat.
Hi, me again. I have two kind of little things that I was thinking of. First, I really liked when he was talking about the bounty hunter. He was like, well, you know, on the posters, dead or alive, he wants me dead. I thought it would be kind of funny if you would put a line more like, you know, it's dead or alive, and he, well, and then there's like gunshots or something. It's, I don't know, I just kind of, that kind of comedy. As well, when he kisses a bounty hunter, first of all, was not expecting it, loved every second. I was like, yes, didn't know I needed that until it happened, but I did. You can kind of play up like the Looney Tunes-esque bit of it. I like if you kind of do like a finger drag on his chest. Oh, you
Perfect. Thank you. All right, let's get two more, and then we got to keep going. Let's go over here. Let's get weird. Yeah.
So I'm kind of at a gripe where Atticus kind of gets like grabbed by Barkley off screen. I would have liked to see, Atticus like mess up in a way that gets Barkley's attention, and we can kind of see like, oh, the reason why Barkley got up and started the conflict is like it was Atticus's fault, and that's maybe where his mistakes kind of start.
Mm-hmm. So he's not as good of a pickpocket. He just screws up kind of a bit more. Cool. I like it. Yeah, and let's go over here.
Sweet. Hi. I just had a quick question before I got into it. What was the flammable liquid at the end supposed to be? Oh, it's whiskey. Aha. It's alcohol. Because the part, I thought it was like gasoline, and also the color blue was a little confusing. So I thought it was like like motor oil or something. I was like, oh, we got very good, Jess. Okay, whiskey should be fine. Yeah. Like 3 X's or just booze? Yeah. On the barrel.
3X is good. Yeah, next to you.
This is more for like an editing and like sound effect point of view. I just didn't feel the from like the gunshots and like the editing from the title card to like them like the fade out to them suddenly being in the bar. I feel like it feels like there's beginning and then black nothing, and then like talking. It just feels like I don't know. It's a weird gap. But yeah, those were my two main gripes. I love them. Everything else.
Great. Good thoughts. Yes, Dave.
I love the gag because it wasn't there in the earlier pictures that I saw of Bounty Hunter being overcome by Skipjack's charms.
Very Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Well, it makes me wonder. There's more of a backstory there. Is there some duality?
Fan fiction will fill in the rest. We got this.
As to why the Bounty Hunter is so determined to capture me.
Give that to the fans. They'll take care of it.
All right, anybody else have one more, and then we're going to bring the team down. One more? Anybody? Rob Corbett? No, we're good? Nothing. All right, fine. Team, come on down. Here we come. Here we come. Come on, gang.
The whole gang coming down.
All right, let's do a very, very quick intro. Very quick intro, and then we'll get into it.
Okay, so I'm Dani. I'm the director, and I was also story lead.
Hi, my name's Kat. I'm co-lead for character design.
Hi, I'm Vex. I'm also co-lead for character design.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm the production manager and the sound lead.
Hello, I'm Matthew, and I'm one of the animation leads.
Hi, my name is Zach. I'm the rigging lead, and I also help with animation too.
Hi, I'm Franz. I'm part of the storyboard and animation.
Hi, I'm Leana. I'm the other animation lead, and I also helped out with storyboard.
Hi, I'm Jaime. I'm a board artist, and I'm also on the animation team.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm one of the background leads.
I'm Jodi. I'm on the rig team, and I also helped out with VizDev.
Hi, I'm Karen. I helped on the story team and with the BG characters.
Right there, right there.
Yo, I'm Raph, art director.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a prop lead, BG lead, and I helped on the Leica.
All right, let's
Where am
get
I
into the
clicking?
slides. Yeah, lower thirds right there, and then you're over here.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, slay.
Okay, well, synopsis, you guys have seen the Leica, but it's basically these two cowboy cats, they're trying to con this entire town, and then they get caught. Are they gonna get caught? Or are their days of, like, you know, being outlaws done and over with? And then inspirations, I'm sure you guys, I hope you guys were able to see this in the Leica, but a lot of bad guys, a lot of old classic Looney Tunes. Rango, of course, which I still think is the best modern Western of our era. Yeah. Okay, can I have my story team here? Okay, they don't want to come up, but... Oh, okay. Okay, so this is my lovely storyboard team. So the way that we did this was that when we got the script sort of tied down to a point where we're like, okay, we can start boarding this, I divided it up into sequences and then assigned each to board team members. So each of us have a sequence. I handled 2 sequences, so I did the intro and sequence 3, which is the kissing sequence. But the intro was very interesting because the intro was the work of all of us on the team combined for sequence week, because not a lot changed from that intro since sequence week, so that one was a fun one. And do you guys have anything to say specifically about your boards? Okay, never mind then. Okay then. Okay then. That's fine. You guys worked great. Okay, well now I'm gonna throw it to Vex to talk about Skipjack.
Yeah, you just press the arrow keys.
Okay. Hi, I'm Vex again. I'm character design co-lead again. So we actually were really fortunate that me and Kat, when we came on and we decided this is the film we're working on, Dani actually had a really set idea of what the characters' personalities were like. So it was more just, I guess, manifesting that into something that the audience would understand. Also, undeniably, it's very hard to make cowboy cats as a rig, which is part of, it was a lot of revision. So we did a lot of just exploration. Almost everyone on the Viz team, I think, did at least one drawing of every single main character. So Barkley, Skipjack, Atticus, everyone did something, and we kind of mash it together and then finalize it to create its own thing. Okay. This is Skipjack's final. Honestly, I feel like we had I don't want to go back because it's going to Vine boom again, but it was just a lot of revisions on just generally like what the vest looks like, just finalizing stuff so when we put it to rigging doesn't like die trying to make it. And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, do I just press?
Yeah, you press it.
For the Atticus, we're really lucky that like everyone put in their own designs, and then we just basically like meshed them together, which what emotes the most cutest for Atticus because he is a child. So we started off as like a general shape. We're like, oh, okay, what if we shape him like a bread? But then, and then like everyone just rolled with it and then dropped off like the design that they wanted to do. And then after like a couple more like designs, we just decided to like, hey, let's just make him like rounder and more like fatter, or not even fat, but like more chubbier to emote like, oh, this is a child. Yeah, that's basically it. And then for Barkley.
So Leanne couldn't be here with us today.
Yeah.
But Leanne did a lot of the work. Again, every single person on the VizDev team pretty much did some form of concept art. So Barkley, the main thing is that Skipjack is very like lanky, Nick Wilde-esque, pointy guy. And his I guess his shape language was already very defined. Like him and Atticus are already opposites. So Atticus is very like round and chubby and cute. And then Skipjack is more like lanky and sneaky to kind of give off that like cool guy persona. And then we had to like, I guess, think about Barkley like, well, what do we do then? How do we make him look different than both of them? So he's a lot more square and just generally like strong jawline. He's definitely a lot more like out there, like he plays into the fact that he's like a bulldog, right? So yeah, we basically just revised him a whole bunch of times.
I think we also wanted to give him like the dad bod too.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why he's so like top heavy.
Yeah, he's just supposed to be a big, strong, beefy guy.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
Shout out to Leanne, who
Yep.
isn't here with us in the presentations.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Okay, so background characters. So I'm on animation for this film, but I did do a little bit of biz dev as well. So the background characters you see on the top left were designed by myself. It was really fun exploring different animals from the desert and just playing around with the designs. The biggest challenge for me with those characters were the scaling of them, like the sizes of relations to each other, because like some are tiny compared to others, and like that could have conflicted with the saloon scene, especially because they're all supposed to be standing, and Atticus should be able to steal from them without any of them noticing. So that was a challenge I faced, but other than that, it was just a fun time looking around with different animals, and I'll pass it to Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm down here, and my drawing's also at the bottom. So I was tasked with skipjackifying the other film characters just as a little cameo. And yep, McFly translated pretty well. We had Fifi. Emma Star was the most difficult one, and we're still going to be like working through it a little bit more. Like, it was difficult picking what animal she would really be in our world. And another thing we went into it was McFly is a fly. how big is he in this world? Which we then decided, you know, like he should be visible, so I think we're keeping him pretty big. And for the purpose of our storytelling and the boards, we did have a moment where all the characters are sort of just sliding right out of the frame. That would be difficult to do if smaller characters are like, let's say, sitting right on the table. They can't really like slide out of frame and just kind of float there. So I'll pass on to Jodi.
I worked on the Coyote Man. Thank you. He's been cut short a little bit from the scene now, but he's getting revamped to just be a background character now. So yeah, and a lot of like the design stuff is still very much the same for him as well. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, get back here. We're the character design team. It's just us two. It's kind of scary. But yeah, so I'm Zach. I'm the character design lead. And like character design was describing, it was a very interesting experience trying to rig these characters because the designs are like beautiful and amazing. But when we actually started creating them, we realized like there would be so many problems because there's so many parts to them. So they went through a crazy simplification process. But it was really fun. Kind of like storyboard and character design, it was a big collaborative experience. In the case of Skipjack, actually, like I started drawing out his parts. Then I handed it off to somebody outside of the program named Nick. He was the rigging lead for Cloud last year, and he helped us a bit. And then he sent it to, I think, Dani and Franz, and they did his mouth and his hands. And then we sent him to Jodi, and she finished him up. So it was a lot of back and forth, but it was really fun. Do I hit space? What do I do?
I don't know.
Arrow keys.
Arrow keys?
Down?
Nope, side.
Oh, okay, that works. Yeah, so with the rigging, it was a very tough process because they are cats, so you have to consider their ears and stuff. And rigging the clothes was difficult too because they have multiple layers. So I cannot describe to you how many times I redid Atticus's ears over and over again. Everybody on the team knows, like I would be in the chat like, guys, like I have to redo the ears again. It's so over. But yeah, it was still a fun experience and like making sure that the characters look good from all views too. And then doing animation tests is an important part too. Oh my God, thank you. The first shot was by Leana during Sequence Week, and Leana is an amazing animator. And then I redid Atticus and used him for a new assignment. And yeah, after Sequence Week 2, we had our rigs there, and there was a long process of revisions that we went through too. And that's how we got to the characters that you just saw a couple slides ago. Yippee, where's animation? Get over here.
Okay, so yeah, these are some of the snippets from what you guys probably saw during Sequence Week. Yeah, we were a little bit pressed for time, so I know a lot of the team members didn't have time to animate things like secondary because these are like a bit more complicated rigs than maybe what we've used in the past. But yeah, we're hoping to fine tune it and try to go for more, like we said before, a bad guys aesthetic. And yeah. Which one do I press?
It's this one.
Arrows.
Right
It's not arrowing.
It's not arrowing, yeah.
Oh, it's not even working.
Get out of here. Rascals.
Are we on camera? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just want to shout out the design team. You guys did so much.
No, you.
All right. Let's talk about locations. This is a really huge collab between all the parts of the design team as well as rigging and animation because we tried to like unify the vision so that everyone fits like in the same universe. So these are some of the explorations we did in terms of like the saloon and like different variations. And then the initial town concept, different buildings, foliage explorations. A lot of thought gets into this. Sam, you designed the additional.
Yeah, so I did a first pass of the location, more for Sequence Week, and then everybody else did a little bit of exploration too. I think Kat and Raph did, and then Chris also kind of took over the town to do like another rough draft. So it was that was like the main location. So that was, I think everybody had to give a little bit. Then we also played with foliage. That was like a big thing that we were kind of struggling with. And then we did our final town design. So I just worked off of what Chris made, and it's pretty big. There's like space for a lot of little Easter eggs too, but they literally run through the entire thing. So we needed this all like roughed out.
It looks so good. Chris, do you wanna?
I designed the general store on its Eds. Kind of got lucky designing that because I was also boarding the sequence that takes place in the store. And so it involved a lot of me like moving things around and replacing stuff to make it work within the Leica. Like maybe like change the composition and like make certain scenes like work better. And I also like worked like a little back and forth with Karen also because her sequence also takes place here. And yeah, it went through like a bunch of changes. I remember the shop in the back wall wasn't there. We didn't like conceptualize where the barrel would actually go. And so we just added that in like after the fact. Yep.
Yeah, same deal with the saloon. There's a lot of collab between me, Chris, and Sam as well, just so we like have the same unified vision. And yeah.
And then I threw together some color keys. These are like not all of them, but just kind of what I got done in time for this presentation. So we've got the like horrifying shot with Barkley and all that stuff. So definitely gonna be having a lot of reds in that area and just kind of trying to unify it all together now.
Providing your voices. It was very great.
All right. There it is. What do you think, folks?
Give it up.
What do you think? Give it up. So thanks for tuning in. You just watched the 4 Leica cartoons. We'll be back end of April. We'll play the final cartoons. You can check them out. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for commenting, and we'll see you next time right here at Old Seneca College.